Hey guys, this is AI Everything, and today we're going to do a review of the Dyson V6 Motorhead. Now on the box it says it is a better overall experience across all floor types than the top 5 best-selling full-size corded vacuums. And I can tell you right off the bat, that's a pretty accurate claim. This is a very good vacuum cleaner on all the floor types that I've tried. I've tried the garage, which that's where we are now. I've tried office buildings. I've tried normal carpet, thick carpet. Thick carpet, it's not so great for that, but normal carpet, like medium carpet and thinner carpet, it's very good for those. It's good on kitchen floors, bathroom floors. It's been good on all floor types. So let's see what's in the box. First of all, you have the fuchsia colored or fuchsia accented cleaning unit. Now it's even fuchsia inside here, but I've used it for a while, so it's not as bright pink and pretty as it used to be, but it's still an attractive unit. So this is the handheld unit here. The battery's on the bottom. It is not a removable battery. There is a max button here, and that makes the vacuum 4 times as powerful as normal, but it will cost you some battery life. All right, you also have your filter up here. It just comes out very easily. Sometimes it comes out when you don't want it to, but not often, but it does, so watch out for that. So again, this is the Dyson V6 Motorhead that we are looking at. So right here, this is the wand which extends the reach of the handheld unit. Right here is the combination tool. It's a hard nozzle, but it's also a soft brush. Then you have a crevice tool, which is a thin nozzle, has some holes in the side for some venting or some ports. Then you have the Motorhead bar, which is, this is actually what gives it its namesake. This is really good, again, on all floor types. You have a mount to put it on the wall, and then right there you have the power cord, and that's all you get. So that is one of the biggest reasons why it's taken me so long to make this review, because it's an excellent vacuum. It performs very well, but there's not a lot in the box. In case you're wondering what one of these things looks like hanging on the wall, this should give you an idea. Now that is a wall mount that came with my DC35 probably 3 or 4 years ago. And this is a V6 Absolute in here now, but it's a pretty universal wall mount. That's what it looks like when it's on the wall. So let me put that back in there. It comes out pretty easily. I'm not sure how many screws hold into the wall. I think it's just 2 screws. So let's open the garage. I'm going to give you some demonstrations of what this vacuum can do. We'll come back for the other attachments in a minute. But let's start out right here. We happen to have a vehicle that's desperately in need of being vacuumed. I've been moving a lot of items and a lot of trash in this van. I've actually been trying to clean out my garage, which is where we were just a moment ago. And I've been using this van to do it. So let's do a super quick demonstration with the combination tool. As you can see, we have plenty of paper and dirt right here. Now the combination tool has always been kind of annoying for me. As you see, it was supposed to stay back and it kind of went out. Let's see if it'll stay where it's supposed to stay now. All right, so in pretty short order, we've made some good progress. You can rewind this video if you want to see the before picture again. So let's turn on the max button and see how fast it can pick all this up. Actually, I think on this model, let me check. Yeah, so with the newer models, for some reason, you have to already be pulling the trigger, which by the way, the trigger has to be held at all times. There's no switch. The trigger always must be held. So for some reason, you have to already be holding the trigger and then press max for it to engage on these newer models. So let's try that. Now remember, when you use the max button, you are going to cut into your battery life, but as you can see, you can make pretty good progress in short order. Now, getting things to be perfect in a vehicle, I've noticed, is a little bit tough because sometimes things are stubborn. And we're actually going to come back out here in a little while and maybe try something different to get that up. I actually have something for later in the video, but let's go back in here and let's demo what the vacuum is really good at. This, what I'm about to show you, is the bread and butter for this vacuum, but first I must put it together. So let me put the camera down for just a moment while I assemble this. Now, sometimes I can do it with one hand, and then sometimes I cannot, and I don't want to have you guys watch me fumble through this. All right, now it's together, but I will indulge in a sip of water, if I may. All right, so now this camera is a kind of big camera, so it will jostle a little bit as I put my hand back in the strap, and here we go. Let's take it in the house and show you what it is really good at. There we go. All right. So the bread and butter for this vacuum is definitely using the Motorhead attachment that you see here. And you have the wand. It's a pretty comfortable reach. I'm a tall guy and it works for me. I know plenty of short people that use it too and they haven't had any complaints. So it seems to be overall a good size. Now, I normally don't like it when people contrive tests for vacuums, but I did spill rice on the floor to make it a little bit easier to show how this picks things up. So, and I'm gonna show you, actually, I'll show you some real vacuuming first, because over by the table, I actually do need to vacuum, and I can show you how this goes under furniture, see? We actually do need to vacuum here, and you can see a little bit there, but it's not gonna show up as well as the rice, but still. Oh, let me turn the max off. Just so you know, most of the time I do not use the max button and I do not feel that I need to most of the time. All right, let's go. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to get under the table, and I can even do trickery like this. Well, if that was pushed in a little better, but I can do trickery like this. See, the reason I say that it is the bread and butter for this vacuum to be working on normal floor types is because it has good range of motion. You can get underneath furniture, everything works really well, it vacuums really well. There's no cord on the vacuum, so you can vacuum your entire house pretty quickly. You can do a 2,000 square, this is not one, but you can do a 2,000 square foot house in definitely less than 10 minutes, probably more like 7. It's a very well performing vacuum. As a matter of fact, I've done office spaces in with this vacuum very, very quickly. So again, this is what the vacuum is really good at. This is its wheelhouse. All right, so let's go do the rice. I can show you a couple things with that. One, the speed at which it can pick things up. Let me zoom in a little bit with my big heavy camera. And again, please forgive the camera work. This is a slightly cumbersome beast and I'm doing everything one-handed. Now you can see there's a nice, beautiful, well-articulated path in between the bunches of rice. And the thing is I'm not even using the max button. I mean, this is a very, very well-performing vacuum on carpet. And I keep making this point because at the end of the video, if you're curious, kind of like a spoiler alert here, it's difficult for me to discuss how I recommend the vacuum. Do I recommend you to purchase it or not? So again, keep in mind, it is very good at daily vacuuming, whether it's an office or a house, normal floors, kitchen floors, bathroom floors, garage floors, office floors, living room floors, bedroom floors, all of that. It's very good at this task. All right, as you see, it picks the rice up very, very quickly. All right, let's look at some more furniture dodging, as you may want to call it, as we go under and around furniture. So first we'll do the bed. The bed is actually really, really low. But it goes under the bed with no problem. And then you have a crib that's actually pretty high off the ground. Definitely no problem here. So you can walk through a house or an office or wherever you are. You can go under and around furniture fairly easily. And as a matter of fact, let's go back to the garage and dump this out and see how well we did. We're going to dump it in the driveway where we have some sunlight. All right, so there's a latch here. There's a red latch that you push down on. That's how you open it. This was empty when we started. And we very quickly, obviously, got up the rice and a bunch of dirt. Now I have done a video where I say, hey, look at all this dirt, and I'll link that in the description. And I mean, you can really get a ton of dirt in this thing. It's a very great performer. So let's go back inside and discuss some things. It's a great performer. I love using it in the house. I love using it in offices. I love using it on normal floor types. But the thing is Dyson has made the, when you buy a cordless Dyson, let me put this down again. Thank you for your patience. And let me see where there's, oh, I left it in the house. All right, you're gonna have to come with me to the house again. So Dyson has made things very confusing when it comes to buying handhelds or cordless vacuums. They have many different V6 models. There's the V6 Fluffy, the V6 Animal, the V6 Absolute, the V6 Motorhead, and then there's just a regular V6. And the problem is this. They're all pretty much the same head unit, except maybe the plain V6 might not be able to use that motorized bar. But they have different attachments with them and they're different colors. It's kind of like the main differences. So this is a $400 vacuum, and I showed you everything that you get at the start of the video. You don't get this. This is the mini motorized tool. And as of right now, for the exact same MSRP, Dyson will sell you the V6 Animal, which comes with the Motorhead bar. I think it comes with the Motorhead bar. I have to double check. And then it comes with this mini motorized tool is what they call it. They used to call it the mini motorized brush bar. Now they call it the mini motorized tool. Now this is, I don't want to say it's a game changer because that is such a cliche thing to say, but it's kind of a game changer. Remember when we were in the van at the start of this, or near the start? You don't have this mini motorized tool with the V6 Motorhead, okay? But you're gonna wish that you did, because this thing is actually motorized. There is a motor, it spins, powered by the battery. All right, and this does a great job in vehicles. Here, wait a minute, let me show you the before. Now, I know the lighting is not perfect. Let me walk around. I know the lighting is not perfect, but you may remember earlier in the video, there was a lot of stuff in this van that needed vacuumed up. Now, actual work time, we've probably vacuumed for less than 3 minutes in this van between all of the demonstrations I've done in this video. And that motorized tool probably did the most work the fastest. Matter of fact, remember we just dumped this out? Let's take a quick look. I don't expect that we got up a lot of dirt just now, but just out of curiosity, let's take a look. Let's see how much dirt we just got. Actually, kind of a lot as it blew away, and I apologize for the blowing away part, but actually kind of a lot of dirt. So let's talk about why it's so hard to review this vacuum. This vacuum performs incredibly well. It is a good vacuum. I love using it on normal surfaces, but it's $400 and it doesn't come with that mini motorized tool. What it does really well, but I don't know if it does enough to justify the $400. Now, I will tell you that you can actually get it for $330 or maybe even a little bit less when it's on sale. And it's been on sale quite a lot this year. I think it was actually on sale at Costco last month for about $330, and the month before that it was on sale at Target for about $330. And at that point, is it worth $330? On one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's still disappointing that it doesn't come with more accessories. And again, they have a lot of different models out now. Let me show you a blast from the past. Let me show you how Dyson used to do things. This is a DC-44 animal, all right? Dyson used to do two pretty cool things back in the day. One, the battery was removable. See, DC-44 animal. The battery was removable, and if you got the animal version, or if you even got like the version that came with the wand at all, I'm pretty sure that came with a floor cleaning unit. It wasn't as good as the Motorhead unit. Okay, the Motorhead unit is fantastic. But if I remember correctly, this DC-44, well, I know for a fact it came with a floor cleaning Motorhead, a bigger one. It came with the mini tool, and it came with obviously a detachable battery, and it was a reasonable price. It was $300 or in that neighborhood. It was 300 something. It wasn't a bad price. So it's been hard for me to review this. It performs really well. If you want to, you can look on the internet, and there are sellers that will sell you the mini tool. So you could possibly purchase the Dyson V6 Motorhead for about $330 brand new, and then you could get the mini tool elsewhere. I'll tell you what I ended up getting for my own personal use, and that is the V6 Absolute. The V6 Absolute is $600, but you can get it on sale for $470 maybe, which is about $130 off. Now what you get with the V6 Absolute is you get the Motorhead wand. Well, you get the wand, you get the Motorhead unit, which is right there. You don't get a detachable battery, but you get everything that comes with the V6 Motorhead. Everything that I showed you and told you that comes with that, you get that with the Absolute. But you also get the mini tool, and you get, I'm trying to grab the other items right now. You know what? I'm gonna have to show you the box actually. I'm not sure where my attachments went and ran off to, so I apologize for that. All right. So what this comes with is a soft roller bar, which is really good for things like kitchen floors. It's actually a soft microfiber roller. So you get that, and you still get everything that comes with the Motorhead. You get everything that comes with that. You get the mini tool. And again, it's around $470. Again, this is all very pricey. And the thing is back in the DC-35 days and the DC-44 days, I found it very easy to recommend Dyson handhelds. Yes, they were $300 or $400. Yes, that was a lot of money for a portable vacuum, but they performed very well, and they came with a plethora of attachments. The batteries were detachable, and I actually thought they were worth the money. But the thing is Dyson has now, for their cordless range, they basically have a $300, a $400, a $500, and a $600 price point. And then they also have some overlap between the units. It's actually, I would almost need to make a chart for you. in order to try to explain the differences between all the units. But here's the thing, Dyson is constantly changing the prices of these things. There is an MSRP, yes, but like right now they do have the V6 Animal and it's $100 off right now on their website. But then sometimes the V6 Motorhead and the V6 Absolute, you can get those on pretty good sales. Now, I should tell you the V6 Motorhead is one of the easier units to find. You can find it at Best Buy, you can find it at Costco, you can find it at Target. I'm not sure if Sam's Club has it. Sometimes Sam's Club and Costco have different units. So the Dyson V6 Motorhead, you've probably seen it around at a lot of stores. So here's the thing. I ponied up the money for the Absolute. Because, and again, they call it the Absolute, and I'm assuming because you get absolutely all of the attachments they have right now. And the thing is it was kind of a big pill to swallow. It was around $470. As far as using it on floors and everything, at normal floors, it works about as well as the Motorhead. And let's be honest, most of the time you're going to be cleaning normal floors. The Motorhead performs very well. And if you can get one cheap, you're probably going to like it. But the thing is, the battery's not removable, so you can't do a quick swap. I mean, it's quite possible the battery would have died before I got this van as clean as I want it to be. I would obviously want the van to be fairly clean. And I've had the battery die before I finished cleaning it before. But to be fair, the vacuum probably wasn't fully charged. But I say all this to say, it's a great performer. It's just, it's really, really hard with these price points and the different things that you can find in the boxes. I would strongly advise you to go to Dyson's website and read all the different units that they sell at the different price points and try to kind of piece together what matters to you and try to make your decision from there. The Motorhead Brush Bar, again, I'll show you over there. The Motorhead Brush Bar is an excellent brush bar. I like it very much. But I also like this mini motorized tool, which again is why I went with the Absolute. And then it has this micro roller head right here, the microfiber roller. To be honest with you, it's not a game changer. You don't absolutely need it. But if you have primarily hardwood floors, it does kind of make sense. So let's say you have hardwood, again, we're talking about the Absolute right now. If you have hardwood floors or linoleum, or you just don't have a lot of carpeting in your house, this roller could make more sense to you than having this brush constantly scraping your floors. It's not absolutely necessary though, because this still does a good job cleaning hardwood floors, linoleum, kitchen, concrete floors like in a garage. I've done a studio with this thing. So it's a good performer. I know this review has been very wordy. It's been maybe a little bit too long, and I apologize for that. It's just, there's a lot to be said about Dyson's current lineup in 2015. These vacuums perform very well, but they have so many packages now at so many different price points, and those prices are constantly changing because there's the MSRP, but then different stores will have them on sale, or Dyson themselves will change the prices of things. So it's gonna take some research on your part. If you can get a V6 Motorhead for around $300, $330, somewhere in there, and then later add the mini motorized tool for about $50 to $70, which is what I've seen it go for on various websites, that's not a bad deal. That's about $400, and you're going to get all the cool stuff. As far as you're going to have the Motorhead, you're going to have the mini tool, the mini motorized tool, you're going to have that for about $400. But the thing is now more than ever, it does take research to make an informed purchase of a Dyson cordless vacuum. And that's a little bit disappointing because, again, back in the old days, it was fairly simple. I could tell somebody, hey, get the DC 44 Animal, that's a good buy, or get the DC 35 Animal, that's a good buy. But right now it is a little bit confusing. So it's taken me a couple of months to really, really put my feelings together on this. The V6 Absolute is the route that I went, but it would be, well, I say it would be cheaper, but even if you got the Motorhead for $330 and then added the mini tool, you're still spending around $400. Where for the $470 that I spent, I still got another attachment I haven't even talked to you guys about. I don't even see it on here, but it's a little brush. It's a little soft brush. I don't see it on the box. And I got this lint roller here. Well, it's not a lint roller, but the microfiber roller. So I don't know. I went with the absolute. The Motorhead it performs really well, but it's just the price point is kind of awkward. It's got a $400 MSRP, and it only has one must-have attachment, which is the Motorhead, but it doesn't have the extras. So again, let me know in the comments if you guys have questions, and maybe on my website. My website is ai-everything.com, and maybe on that website I'll try to put together a buyer's guide, but it's going to basically involve charts and links to different websites, and it's going to be more than what a video can actually convey, if that makes sense. Because again, the price points for these vacuums is a moving target. When you watch this video right now, these vacuums may have different prices, especially if you watch it in a year. But throughout this year, 2015, I've already seen the prices fluctuate for these vacuums. So it's just a little more confusing than I would like it to be, but they perform really well. That's the bottom line. Confusing price points, but they perform really well. So this has been AI Everything, and I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. And I have recorded several demonstrations of how this vacuum performs. It performs really well. I mean, I thought about posting them before, but it's pretty boring. It's just a guy using a vacuum on a floor and then dumping dirt out to show what he vacuumed up. They perform really well. So again, this has been AI Everything. I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thank you very much, and y'all have an excellent day.